As the recent festive season concludes, well, today is still part of it anyway. Nigerians are settling back into their routines, reflecting on a period characterized by generosity, togetherness, and vibrant cultural traditions. From festive meals and beverages to travel and elaborate decorations, the season witnessed a surge in consumer activity, providing a much-needed boost to businesses across various sectors. However, the impact of economic instability on consumer spending is a critical question, especially during festive seasons. This conversation will examine whether businesses witness the usual surge, how they are mitigating the effects of inflation and currency fluctuations, and emerging trends that shaped the Nigerian holiday shopping experience. Irfan Vayani, the General Manager, Mega Plaza, joins me for more on this. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, dear.
Absolutely. The festive season generally is characterized by, increased consumer spending. But looking at this period, what would you say the period looked like? Did we see that surge happen this time?
The surge was there,
Okay.
but it was not the same as last year. There was a bit of difference in the trend, and we noticed that the shopping was kind of more intentional this time around. Customers were looking for essentials. Even the gifting was, it was not kind of luxury products. Mostly there were products that will give a more utility span. So mostly food items were the ones that were being shopped and stuff. And even giftings were kind of bulk and all that, so gift hampers and stuff. But we saw a drop in, as I said, in luxury items and stuff. But it was also a positive impact. We can see a lot of things changing, the trends are changing. I think once we go into the discussion, we'll discuss more on that.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, during this period, we know certain things are usually, purchased, whether it's food, beverages, or you want to talk about decorations, you want to talk about even sometimes household items. Sometimes that's the period when people move into new houses or they just want to refurbish, renovate, and all of those. So just tell us, I mean, the top 3 items you think. Well, if I say top 3, I'm thinking food and beverage takes 1 and 2. So excluding food and beverage, I mean, top 3 items that people sort of shopped this period.
So, yeah, the first top is, as you say, the food items, essentials. So mostly it was oil, rice, and that. Secondly, we saw a lot of gadgets and electronics being shopped. TVs, microwaves, blenders. And third were toys and educational items for kids.
Interesting. Now, let me ask you, I mean, looking at the trend before now and now, did you get gifts? Let me start from there. Did you get hampers, personal gifts, and all that?
Wow.
So what can you say about them?
For me, I didn't get much, but I gave a lot out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. We needed to appreciate, but it was not as heavy as last year or previous years.
Why is that?
This year has been a bit tough on all of us, but I'm so sure next year is going to be, this year, sorry. 2025. I'm so optimistic that it's going to be the best year Nigeria has seen.
I hope so. So you said this year, or the past year, has been tough. What happened? What was that about?
The fluctuation, Naira, the volatility of the currency, fuel prices, all this affected the pricing. And also you could see that the inflation hit. I think it skyrocketed. But we can see it coming down now, and we even heard the...
When you say we can see it coming down, it went up the past 2 months. I mean, 2 months ago and last month, it went up. So how is it coming down?
It will come down, trust me. We heard what the president said a few days ago, or was it a few weeks ago, and even the budget he read. I'm so sure. I can see the prices didn't skyrocket like the way they skyrocketed last year in January, February. December was quite stable. The currency is stable. It's not that bad. Remember, our currency had hit 1900 per dollar.
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
Yes, and now it's between 15, 1600. It's there. It's getting better. It will get better.
Absolutely. I mean, we hope so also. Now, beyond the festive season, how did that affect business? How did that affect decisions, that businesses had to make? Looking at yours, for example.
One thing, I saw a positive trend with customers. Customers are now looking into more items that are locally manufactured, locally assembled. They're not looking at foreign items anymore.
Is that associated with price?
Yes.
Okay.
It is associated with price. And one thing you need to understand, because of the volatility and fluctuation of Naira against dollar, People are going for the local items, which is a good thing for Nigeria. I believe in buy Nigeria, build Nigeria. Why do we need to support foreign items when we have locally produced items which are same? So, and also we've seen investors coming into Nigeria, brands like, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention brands,
Yeah,
but
sure.
brands like Samsung, Midea, LG, they're assembling all these items locally. It's not being imported fully from abroad. They have the factories here. So the prices have come down. And then we've created jobs. So these are the things, the new trends you're seeing in Nigeria. And it's a good initiative. And I believe this will have a positive impact in Nigeria. And it is giving a positive impact. So I also don't support buying foreign items or selling foreign items. I rather sell items that are manufactured or assembled or produced in Nigeria. We need to help build our economy. We need to keep our dollars in. We don't need to send them out.
All right, talking about, manufacturing, what would you say about that sector in Nigeria? I mean, how well is it growing? We've heard concerns, we've heard reports of how that many, manufacturers are closing shop, conglomerates are leaving the country. A lot of all these things are happening. So what do you have to say about that?
Are they really living or are they selling it to another investor?
Well, divestments are happening also. And then we're also seeing situations where some product lines are closed down or shut, and then you have other, they then focus on some of the product lines.
One product line is closing down, the other product that is manufactured in Nigeria is coming in. For example, did you know that Dettol soap is produced in Nigeria? Did you know Lucozade, Ribena, these drinks are produced in Nigeria? These are the things we need to look at. What has closed down seriously? Is Microsoft left Nigeria? Okay. But what about others? The essentials are still there. And the people who are buying these foreign companies are locals, are Nigerians. We should be proud of ourselves. I think, I'm telling you again, I'm so confident. Next year, or not next year, sorry, this year, I'm still stuck in 2024. 2025, Nigerians are going to be very happy. They're going to get a shock of their life. Because they'll be like, they will see a huge change. Q1 will be a bit tough, Q2, Q3,
so what policies are pointing to this optimism that you're talking about? I mean, I want clear policies. Nigerians want to know. Because there have also been, talks about inflation coming down by Q1 because base effects from 2024 are going to, come into place and all of those things. And we're hearing even in the 2025 budget projection, they're telling us that we're looking at 15%. Do you see that happening? Let me start.
Yes, I see it.
15% inflation.
It's possible.
By end year 2025.
It's possible.
Give us the workings.
Now that I can't give you
So how is it going to happen?
I wish we had more time. I'll have explained.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Look, one, as I said, if we can buy products that are locally manufactured, one, our dollars are not going to go out. They're going to stay in the country. We need to export more products out. One, we need to let Dangote refinery do its job. And let's sell our fuel out refined. Why do we need to sell crude out and refine it and bring it back in? We're losing money there. But you can see the president is changing that tradition, I will say, or that culture that was there. Also, we talk about he removed subsidies from fuel, right? And that's what has really affected Nigerians. But I believe in any country, when you remove subsidy, that money will be used for healthcare.
Is it being used for healthcare and infrastructure now?
Give him time. Give him time.
How much time?
This year, watch.
Okay.
This year.
I love your optimism.
I'm Nigerian.
You're Kenyan.
No, but yes, I'm Kenyan, but I'm African at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Right? We all have the same issues. Even in Kenya, we're going through the same issue. Dollar was 162 per shilling. $1 was 162 shilling. It has been brought down to 129 today. We need to give our leaders time. They will bring changes. And I believe things are going to get better this year. I'm so confident. Now,
apart from the crude oil, the oil and gas sector and the refineries, we're hearing Warri Refinery, beg your pardon, is upstream, Port Harcourt Refinery, Dangote Refinery, some modular refineries. So apart from those and the impact that would have on the foreign exchange, what else do you think government should do to help that?
Agriculture, very important. They need to invest in agriculture. I think a lot of food items are imported or foreign. Also the mindset of Nigerians. I've noticed when you're gifting, or if they want to gift, they'll be like, I want foreign items in my hamper. Why? Why not have Nigerian items in that?
Maybe the Nigerian producers or manufacturers need to do some more work in terms of maybe packaging or...
It's mindset.
Okay.
It's mindset. It's the mindset of Nigerian. We feel our products are inferior compared to the foreign.
But are they?
No. No. Same products go out of Nigeria, they're repacked and brought in. Don't you think so? Africa is rich.
Do you have proof for that?
I prefer our products manufactured here, packed here, packaged here, and sold to the foreign. But now what's happening is, for example, Kenya, tea. Tea goes to Europe, it's packed and brought in. Harrods is Kenyan tea, but it's packed in Europe. Why?
You're asking me that?
Why? Tell me, why we cannot do it here?
Well, maybe it's the business environment that isn't, conducive enough, or what do you think?
No, I don't think so. It's just the mindset. We believe that foreign items are much better than our African items. We feel our African items are inferior, but they're not.
All right, let's go to some of the challenges that, businesses faced this year. And one of them is the hike in interest rate. Talk to me, what has been your experience?
I've not been taking loans from bank anyway.
Okay.
I'm a retailer. So basically, the distributors are the ones going to the bank looking for money. I'm using distributors' money to sell. So I have good payment terms with them, 60 days, 45 days. As a retailer, it's not affecting me.
So how?
On a serious
All
note,
right,
look, distributors, they have to invest. They use the bank money for rotation, right? They have to sell, so they need retailers like us, like Mega Plaza. We are given credit terms. 45 days, 60 days, we sell and we pay. And that's how it goes. It's really not affecting us.
Yeah, but what about, your, should I call them your vendors or your customers, the ones who bring these things to you? What did they tell you? Do you speak with them?
I really don't speak much to them. It's give me the goods, let me sell. I don't need their problems. I don't need to take their issues on my head. It's an open market, so, and also we are price conscious now. So, and also the distributors need to sell. So there's a lot of competition. So we are on the win-win side. I know, I feel them, they're going through a tough time. I've heard people taking loans and then payment becomes an issue. And even most of the retail outlets now have kind of, they're not buying so much goods also because the trend, the inflation has hit so hard, the consumer power of purchase power is reduced kind of. So.
Yeah, I like what you said about, the consumer's purchasing power. That should affect you as a retailer. So tell us about it.
For me, I'm a premium outlet. It didn't really affect us. It didn't really affect us. I've seen kind of a growth in our business.
When you say growth, one of the things I've seen is that, when you look at revenue, you're going to say that there is a hike in revenue. But at the end of the day, when you see the profit margin and when you also look at, cost of production and all of those things, they sort of impact. At the end of the day, the profit margin is shrinking, even though the numbers seem to be rising.
But you need to adapt with the situation that we are in. So what we've started doing is we're working on a small profit margin and we are selling volumes. We are looking at a big turnover. So I don't need to have a profit margin of 30, 35, or 25%. I'd rather have a profit margin of 5 to 10%, and I'll sell volumes. So that's what we are looking at. Before we would be working on 35%, 40%, but we had to so.
Isn't that affecting you? Your return on investment,
yes,
maybe you have bills to pay. And then cost of energy, cost of these other things, or do you provide your own energy for yourself?
We are on band A. Imagine.
Exactly. So, I want to hear that.
Trust me, we are managing. Again, I'm telling you, it's not really affected us. I told you.
Why?
We came up with a mechanism to not let it affect us. As I told you, we're selling volumes. We're really selling volumes. And we also have a lot of offerings in our mall or in our retail outlets. And that's what's pulling the clientele. The other thing is we're also using social media platforms for marketing. Today's world, everyone has a gadget, has a phone.
Sure.
So that's one way we are looking at to reach out to people. And then the other thing we've done, we are a hybrid mall. So we have the online platform and we have the traditional outlet. So we're covering the all areas. So we're just not there sitting back. Yes, we've been in business for 30 years. We are one of the oldest outlets, and we have our traditional building. We are moving in with time. So we attacking the customers on online platform and also doing heavy social media marketing.
All right, I know you've talked about this before, but I just want to get a soundbite from you. How did these, issues sort of affect Nigerians, consumer spending during this festive period? I mean, the issues we've talked about, right? It's the high interest rates, the inflation, the depreciation in Naira, all of those things. What are the key things you saw in the trends this season?
This season, as I said, I saw the shopping kind of, people stop buying luxury items. They've gone into essentials, I told you. So mostly, I told you the shopping has become more intentional towards items that will be for long-time usage or utility. And the gifting kind of also has reduced, but not so much. I don't see it has really affected much. My take is, I think it's steady. It's not that bad as it seems.
That's strange, I think it's because you're in the premium market, like you said. So, I mean, we went to the streets, we had interviews with people on the street, and they were really lamenting, they were complaining.
We do have a supermarket.
Especially for food, too. I mean, people didn't have a choice. They had to buy these food items, but they were lamenting. And you see a situation where, some other factors, or some, not factors now, some other aspects of the everyday Nigerian had to suffer because they had to put food on the table.
Yeah, sure, but yes, inflation went up. But I believe, I will talk on our side. When inflation hit, we increased the salaries of our staff. I hope others have done that. So people need to adjust, right? So if the salaries have not gone up for people or for the staffing.
So at the end of the day, all that cost is going to the final consumer. They are having to pay more for things they probably would have paid less.
And they're not earning more.
Not everybody is earning more. That's the irony.
Problem. That's the problem.
Exactly.
There's a problem. So people need to understand, if you've employed your staff and inflation has gone up, you need to adjust their salaries.
Where would the money come from?
Business.
So you increase the cost of goods and services?
It's rotation, my dear.
And then it keeps going on and on.
It keeps going on. What was 5-6 years ago, what was our dollar rate?
Well, fair enough.
And where are we today?
Not fair. I think we've had a fantastic conversation. And then, talking about the optimism, the optimism coming from you, it's a whole lot. And I really look forward to seeing these things happen.
I was on a TV show, I think, a month back.
Okay.
And when I spoke about Naira becoming stronger, and when I saw the president giving a speech, I got a call. Are you a prophet? How did you know? I'm like, I can see that trend. Things are going to get better. We just need to be positive.
Okay.
And I believe this year, Nigeria will have a big boom. And you will see a lot of investors coming in. I can see already people coming into the market. So things are going to change. As I told you, I'm dealing with a lot of brands like Samsung, Media, and all that. I'm seeing the investment they're putting in. So trust me, things are going to get better.
Okay, but that doesn't take away the fact that Nigerians did not celebrate the way they usually would this particular year.
Do you think so?
I know so. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, darling.